speaking to you guys about wealth inequality, and more specifically, wealth inequality in America. So it's kind of an aesthetic topic. It's probably going to frustrate you guys. It frustrated me a little bit, but I just want you guys to keep in mind that this can be fixed, and we can all work on fixing this problem in our society. Now I'm actually just going to show you a video that briefly explains, then I'll go in more detail later, but as for now, just watch this video.
The top 1% holds more wealth in America than the bottom 90% of the country combined. And a lot of that money gets passed on to their children or their children's children. Take the heirs of Sam Walton, founder of Walmart. None of them founded Walmart. None of them were created equal either. The 6 of them have more than $140 billion in wealth. That makes those 6 people wealthier than the bottom 40% of Americans combined. Now, there's an upside to income inequality. That income is a reward for people who start their businesses and do great things. You can like income inequality, you can hate it, but at least it is money they earned in this lifetime, usually through.
Okay, so just focus on the big numbers that I gave you there. 6 people, the Waltons are wealthier than the bottom 90% of America. Now that's a lot of numbers. That's not something that's very nice to hear. So now I'm going to try to define. I'm going to be talking to you guys today about what wealth inequality means, how it's worsened in recent years, and what we can do on fixing this problem. Now this picture I actually accessed on April 1st from Foundation of Economic Education. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you guys what wealth inequality means. Wikipedia defines it as the unequal distribution of assets among residents of the United States. Wealth includes values of homes, automobiles, personal valuables, businesses, savings, and investments. So our wealth isn't just our income, things that we receive. It's just if you have a house, if you have a car, all those things combined are our wealth. So our combined assets, everything that we own, including our income. Now Inequality.org also defines this, says that the United States exhibits wider disparities of wealth between rich and poor than any other developed nation in the world. So this is a problem that directly affects each and every one of us. It's a problem that we should all care about, but it's not something that we think about a lot, but it is something that we really need to work on fixing because, like it says right here, the rich and poor have such a vast difference than any other country in the world. Now this graph that from Wealth Inequality website that I accessed on March 12th gives you guys a little bit more information. So you can see the richest 10% of families have just skyrocketed, the poorest 50% have just kind of stayed the same, and then families between the top 10 and poorest 50 just are again on a steady decline. So, and then now I'm going to talk to you guys about how wealth inequality has worsened in recent years. Now CNN Money says that this can be credited to many jobs have moved overseas for cheaper labor, and we've lost many high-paying jobs as a result. So this has a lot to do with our economy as well. The balance says that we have many more service jobs than any other area of jobs, and they're very low-paying jobs. So service jobs, like examples, are going to be like serving, like if you're a waitress, different things like that, hair cutting, things like this. Fast food, different things like that. Many college kids, so a lot of kids our age and younger kids in high school, they have a lot of these jobs. Now, another reason that this has worsened is that wealthy hoard their money. So in that video that we were looking at, the Waltons were an example that they just pass that money down to their generations, and they don't give the rest of us an opportunity to have an access to that wealth. And yes, they've earned that, but no one needs that much money, to have more money than the bottom 90% of America. So the Waltons, the Trumps are, kind of an example of that as well. They don't spread their wealth. And the rich, they're going to continue to get richer, and the poor are going to continue to grow poorer and have worse and worse living conditions if we don't do anything to fix this problem. From the graph that we saw earlier, we just see it keeps getting worse if we don't do anything. Now, CNN Money also gives another pretty staggering fact that I thought. It says that the median net worth of upper income families has gone from 40 times to 75 times the median low income household's net worth. So what we make, they make 75 times what we make, the bottom percent of America. Now, I thought that was a pretty staggering fact for me personally. So from these examples and the facts that I've given, I hope that you guys can see how wealth inequality has worsened in recent years. So now that we understand what wealth inequality means, how it's worsened, let's talk about there's another graph here that shows you the disparities between the top 1% and the bottom. Now, how we can work on creating this problem is firstly, we can vote. We're all of age to vote, maybe not some of us who are due credit, but we're all are either close to the age of being able to vote or over. So it's really important to use your vote to make a difference, to know what your elected officials, what they believe on wealth inequality, and if they have a solution to this problem. It's really important to use that. That's what Forbes tells us. U.S. News also says that if we increase the amount of savings and retirement plans for us as individuals and increase our individual wealth, it can help us overall as an economy. The Balance also says that if we create programs that allow support access to education and employee training, access to education and accessible, affordable education really is what affects us here in this economy now. If we don't have an education, the less income we can get. Now, the Foundation for Economic Education also says that we should encourage diversity and entrepreneurship in the free market, and we should encourage individuality. We shouldn't let these big corporates be able to control everything that we consume. So now that I've told you guys about what wealth inequality means, how it's worsened in recent years, and how we can fix this problem, I hope you guys have learned more about this, and I hope maybe you will make some changes in your daily life to help solve this problem.